सेट भइहालेछ नि यत्रो मैले अर्को लेसन यो कार्बन एन्ड इट्स कम्पाउन्डको पनि पढिसक्न आँटेँ है रेकर्डै भएको रहेन रहेछ त्यो गोल्ड इज फाउन्ड इन अलुवल सोइल भनेदेखि त सेट म्यान यो अब फेरि रिपिट गर्ने बेला भएको छ यो के अरे कार्बन एन्ड इट्स कम्पाउन्डको अब म हल्का रिपिट गर्छु बी केयरफुल है राइट द फुल फर्म आइयुपिएससी भनेको आइयुपिएससी अनि इन्टरनेसनल युनियन अफ प्युर एन्ड एप्लाइड केमिस्ट्री अनि वाट इज सेचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन भनेको हाइड्रोकार्बन विच आर कम्पाउन्ड विथ सिङ्गल कोभ्यालेन्ट बोन्ड इज कल्ड सेचुरेटेड होइन एक्जाम्पल जस्तै प्रोपेन बुटेन फर्मुला अफ अल्केन भनेको चाहिँ CN+2N इएनई छ भने CN+2N अब एएनई छ भने चाहिँ CnH2n +2n +2 मात्रै +2 अनि उता के भन्छ +2 होइन अनि अब YNE छ भने चाहिँ CnH2 -2 है यो भयो बुझिहाल्छ मिथाइल अल्कोहल इज मिथानोल अनि एसिटिलाइन्स भनेको एसिटिलाइन्स आर अनस्याचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन्स इन विच 2 कार्बन एटम्स आर कनेक्टेड बाई ट्रिपल बोन्ड अनि इथाइल अल्कोहलको इथानोल स्याचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन भनेको कम्पाउन्ड विच सिङ्गल कोभ्यालेन्ट बोन्ड अनस्याचुरेटेड भनेको डबल कोभ्यालेन्ट बोन्ड अनि स्याचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बनमा लेस रियाक्टिभ उता अनस्याचुरेटेड मोर रियाक्टिभ है अनि अर्को भनेको राइट स्ट्रक्चरल फर्मुला अफ मिथाइल अल्कोहल भनेको स्ट्रक्चरल फर्मुला मिथाइल अल्कोहल इज CH3OH yes and the compound having structural formula of propane replaced by 3OH प्रोपेनलाई 3OH ले रिप्लेस गर्दा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि ग्लिसरोल हुन्छ ग्लिसरोल फर्म हुन्छ है ट्राइहाइड्रोलिक अल्कोहल भनेको इट इज युज फर मेकिङ मेडिसिन एन्ड इङ्क अफ स्ट्याम्प प्याड्स इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ह्युमन बडी ग्लुकोज इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट इन आवर ह्युमन बडी टु रिलिज इनर्जी टु हेल्प इन मेटाबोलिजम glycerol. What is trihydroic alcohol? The compound consists of 3 hydroxyl group is called trihydric alcohol. Mention the application of this alcohol. Glycerol is used for making medicine and stamp pad. अनि अर्को भनेको the general formula of a alkaline is CN2N -2. Structural formula of ethine HC अनि 3टा Y भन्ने बित्तिकै 3टा ट्रिपल कोभ्यालेन्ट बोन्ड अनि C इथाइन भनेको 2टा मिथाइन भनेको के अरे मिथेन भनेको एउटा इथेन भनेको 2टा प्रोपेन भनेको 3टा बुटेन भनेको 4वटा अनि पेन्टेन हेक्सेन हेप्टेन भनेको पढ्नु भएको छ नि त अब त्यो 5 6 7 8 अनि अक्टेन भनेको 8 भइहाल्यो ननेन भनेको 9 अनि डिसेन भनेको डिकेड भनेको 10 है त्यसरी बुझ्नु पर्यो अनि गिभ द मोलिकुलर फर्मुला अफ दिस कम्पाउन्ड भनेर आउन सकेको हुन्छ यस्तो यो ट्राइगोमेट्रिक क्वेसनहरु यसो हेरिराख्नु होला द्याट द मेकिङ मेडिसिनको लागि युज हुन्छ अनि राइट द आइयुपिएसी फुल फर्म प्रोपेन ट्रायल इन विच अर्गानिक ग्रुप डज इट कीप in alcohol group propane is formed in through air give to reason to use propane in fruit and food materials it has sweet taste it helps to keep fruit and food in items moist now we'll go through the materials used in our daily life के गरौँ यसलाई It's already midnight, I know. It's already what call 12:40. I have started reading from 8 o'clock. 12:50. I have read 4 hours now. I'll read early in the morning next. Unit 13 I will read next day. This much for today. My mind I'm not tired of reading. Yes, my mind is still what color my I'm not feeling what color bored. I'm not my mind not is my mind not is tending to sleep. Yes, but nature told to sleep. No, we should not stay all the night. Yes, it's already too late. Everybody is sleep. Yes, and okay, I will also sleep. If I want, then I can read whole night, but I'll sleep today. Why do what take thread for this AC? Yes, why to bring it thread? Just like other exam, it came, it go. Nothing is this, but uh, give one certain time. I have given separate certain time for reading, so now I will follow on that time. Anyhow, I will read. Other time I will not read. Oh shit, man! Yes, now, uh, in the morning. Yes, I'm in the morning. It is now two lesson are not recorded. Yes, what can I do now? That's some gases and metal. Oh, I will read just main question from this lesson. You read other. Oh yes, I'll read again. Double iron. Yes, shit, man. What if in a combination reaction, the chemical reaction in which two or more reactant combine to form a new compound is called combination reaction. Write the types of given chemical equation: C plus O2 CO2 combination, KClO3 is equals to KCl plus O2 decomposition reaction. You just if one element combine and form one new compound, then that is combination reaction. And the decomposition means splitting of elements. Just like KClO3 means it is split into KCl plus O2, and this single displacements means one reaction of three elements. Yes, just like calcium plus H2SO4 is equals to CaSO4 plus H2. And double replacements means exchange reaction between four elements. Yes, and there is exchange of each other. And difference between catalyst and promoter: catalyst is the chemical substances that increase or decrease the rate of chemical reaction, or promoter is the chemical substances used to activate a positive catalyst. Yes, example molybdenum, catalyst example glycerin. And AgR, and I have in before video. Yes, I have it's just like half an hour video. I have given everything. I have read many things in that video, but it is missed now. What can I do? Shit, man. Oh, I have read. I hope this is read. It became so reckless. Yes, now I have already read the chemical reaction chapter. Yes, now I'm going to read about acid base. Yes, unit 9, and I will just read the main things. Yes, what define acid? And acid, the substances which give H plus ions when dissolved in water. And strong acid. Strong acid means the acid that produce more concentration of hydrogen ions in liquid solution. Yes, and carbonic acid, example of weak acid: carbonic acid, acetic acid, and give organic acid, citric acid, acetic acid. And name any two bases with molecular formula. Bases means sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. Acetic salt means the salt formed by the chemical reaction between a strong acid and weak base. And through hydrochloric acid is formed inside our body. It is not organic acid. Why? Hydrochloric acid does not contain hydrocarbon, so it is not a organic acid. As though it forms in our body. Yes, and next is properties of acid. Acid are sour in taste. Yes, acid change blue litmus paper into red and methyl orange into red. The chemical reaction that gives hydrogen ions and chlorine ions when dissolved in water is hydrochloric acid. Yes, and its molecular formula is HCl. HCl plus NaOH is equals to NaCl plus H2O. Now, the base solution react with carbon dioxide and forms corresponding carbonate water. It is NaOH plus CO2, Na2CO3 plus H2O. And the base solution react with ammonium salt and form salt. NaOH plus NH4Cl is equals to NaCl and NH3 H2O. Now, neutral salt means the salt formed by the chemical reaction between strong acid or strong base or weak acid or weak base. Acidic salt means the salt formed by the chemical reaction between strong acid and weak base. Ammonia Solution of ammonia is a weak alkali. Why? The solution of ammonia produce low concentration of hydrogen ion in water. So solution of ammonia is weak alkali. Yes, in now how is magnesium ribbon made alkali? Yes, the magnesium ribbon is burnt in air which produce white ash of magnesium oxide. By dissolving magnesium oxide in water, we can convert it into alkali. Yes, MgOH2. The chemical reaction is Mg plus O2 is equals to MgO. Now MgO plus S2O is equals to MgOH. And it is used for reducing hyperacidity. 3. Use of neutralization reaction means farmer use lime to neutralize the acidity of soil. Yes, and we use magnesium hydroxide to neutralize the hyperacidity of stomach, and acetic acid is used to neutralize the acidity caused by the sting of yellow bumble bee. Yes, and write down the name of acid and based on above reaction means 1 acid NO3 basic means NOAS. All alkali are base. What all bases are not alkali. Justify. This justification is just like, yes, in our school class 10 student, all are student but all are not girls. Yes, क्लास 10 मा भएको सबैजना विद्यार्थी हुन् तर सबै केटी होइनन्. इट्स जस्ट लाइक अब केटी भनेको को हो त भन्दाखेरि वी हेभ लङ हेयर, वी वेयर फ्रक. यस, एन्ड रिबन, पुटिङ रिबन लाइक द्याट. दे आर गर्ल्स, बट इन क्लास 10 देयर आर बोइज अल्सो, and both them we call student. All are student but all are not girls. Just like all bases are not alkalis, but how means bases are substances that may or may not dissolve in water. Bases means both that may or may not dissolve in water, but alkalis are bases that dissolve in water. Insoluble bases are not alkalis. Therefore we can say that all alkalis are bases but all bases are not alkalis. Yes. Now again I'm going to read about now next some gases is from there, some important question. I have covered many question from before reading in that, but it is not recorded unfortunately. Yes, I am very sad about that. Now what can we do? Let's not talk about that even. Now we'll begin to new life. Yes. Oh yes. Now let's begin through the unit 10. Yes, some gases. Right, two chemical reactions required for preparation of CO2, calcium carbonate and dilute hydrochloric acid. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air. This property of carbon helps to extinguish fire. Yes, and the chemical formula of lime water is CaOH. CaOH. Promoter means the substances which is used to activate positive catalysis, molybdenum. And what happens when carbon dioxide is passed through the lime water for a long time? When carbon dioxide is passed through lime water for a long time, the milkiness disappears slowly due to formation of water-soluble calcium bicarbonate. This, for example, CaOH2 plus CaO is equals to CaCO3 plus S2O. Now CaCO3 plus CO2 plus S2O is equals to CaHCO3. Now solution of ammonia is weak. The solution of ammonia produce low concentration of OH ions in water, so solution of ammonia is called weak alkali. And calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid is equals to what called carbon dioxide used to produce carbon dioxide gas. Yes, and next is which gases are used to produce ammonia gas means ammonia carbonate in heated hard glass. Which gases are produced when ammonia carbonate is heated in hard glass test tube? Ammonia carbonate means NH4CO3. Yes, it heated, then NH3 ammonia gas and carbon dioxide is produced. Ammonia gas, carbon dioxide and water. Yes, how can we prepare acid from a carbon dioxide? We can prepare a weak acid, that is carbonic acid, from a carbon dioxide by passing through it water. The chemical reaction involved in this process is given below. CO2 plus H2O is equals to HCO3. Yes, carbonic acid, a weak acid from carbon dioxide, weak acid, HCO3. Now next is hyper processes. Hyper process, it is very important. Yes, to manufacture ammonia gas in industrial scales. For this hyper process is in this process, ammonia gas is prepared by direct combination of nitrogen and hydrogen gas in the ratio 1:3 and high temperature 200 to 900 atmosphere and at the temperature of 500 degrees Celsius in the presence of iron powder, Fe and catalyst and molybdenum as a promoter. Yes, NH2 plus H2 is equals to in the presence of 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure 500 degrees Celsius, iron and molybdenum is equals to NH3. Now which gas is collected in the gas, sir? You need to look at those all the diagrammatic questions from this. Yes, diagrammatic question might come. Yes, and what is mistake, like that question may ask. Just look at the in the your book. Yes, and now if come that why is the gas jar erect. Carbon dioxide gas is heavier than air, so the gas jar is kept erect to collect the gas in the jar. And now next is how can we test carbon dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide, a burning matchstick is placed near the mouth of gas jar containing carbon dioxide. It extinguishes because carbon dioxide gas is non-supporter of combustion. Yes, and when blue litmus paper is inserted in the gas jar containing carbon dioxide, changes into red due to the formation of carbonic acid. The use of carbon dioxide gases is for green plants for photosynthesis. Yes, and moist red litmus paper is why does the gas is collected in inverted gas jar. Yes, ammonia gas is highly soluble in water. Yes, if this gas pass through the water, we cannot obtain ammonia as it forms ammonia hydroxide. Similarly, this gas is lighter than air, so it cannot be stored in erect. Yes, it can be stored in inverted gas jar by downward displacement of air. Therefore, this gas is collected in inverted gas jar. Yes. What happens when lime tar is not used to collect ammonia gases? We cannot obtain dry ammonia in the gas jar when lime tar is not used to collect gas. Yes, and the balanced chemical equation of laboratory preparation of ammonia gas is NH4Cl plus CaOH. Mix NH4CH. Cl means ammonium chloride plus calcium hydroxide. Ammonium chloride plus calcium hydroxide. Why the mouth of the that already did. And ammonia gas cannot be collected through over water. Yes, ammonia gas is highly soluble in water. It forms ammonia hydroxide when passed through water. So ammonia gas cannot be collected through collected over through water. Yes, and next question possible means what happens when this gas is passed through water. Such is from the equation. Yes, this much from this lesson. Yes, you just read other now. This metal also. Yes, I have read so much question. I have Bafre, how much I read? How can I sell 30-minute video per one lesson? Yes, but what happened exactly is that not recorded video. Forget about this. Now we'll begin from metal. This unit what is the unit 11. Yes, and what is an alloy? Alloy is a mixture of two or more metals or non-metals. Yes, and what is the main ore of iron? Hematite, magnetite, and the atomic mass of ammonia means the atomic number of aluminum is 13 and atomic weight is 27. Aluminum is extracted from bauxite. Right, name the of two ores of copper, copper pyrites, copper gallons. What are the atomic number and atomic weight of silver? Atomic number of silver is 47, weight is 107.88. Write down the melting point and boiling point of silver. 960 degrees Celsius melting point and boiling point is 1955 degrees Celsius. Modern periodic table lies in group 1b and 6th period. The atomic number of copper is 29 and atomic weight is 63. And iron is good conductor of electricity, conductor of heat, so it is used for what call? No, iron. Properties of iron means good conductor of heat. Iron is not used to make the body part of aeroplane. Why? Because it is heavy and rusting may occur. And two properties of aluminium suitable for building parts of aeroplanes are aluminum is light metal. Rusting does not occur in aluminum. The external covers are same. And aluminum bauxite, and that's ore. Silver, copper gallons means silver. Magnetite, iron. Copyright, copper. Yes, and three use of iron means is used for making pipes, cables, bridge, buildings, utensils, factory equipment, weapons. Yes, and aluminium usage is for making household equipments, transmission lines. Yes, and parts of airplanes, cars, ships. And three use of silver is used for making valuable utensil, coins, medals, jewelry. It is used for silver nitrate, other chemical medicines. Yes, and filling teeth, silver plating. One use of iron is used for making pipes, cables, steel utensils, weapons. Use of aluminum is for utensils, electric cables, bodies and other parts of aeroplane, ships. And one use of silver, it is used for making valuable utensils, coins and medals, jewelry, etc. Oh, this much for this lesson. Yes, and hydrocarbon and its compound I have completed. I hope you have understood this. Yes, and now we will begin through the unit 13 materials used in our daily life. Many lessons have been left. Yes, now we have just reached half. Yes, what is cement? Why it is used? Cement is a grey powder made by burning clay and limestone that sets hard when it is mixed with water. Understood it? Cement is a grey powder made by burning clay and limestone that set hard when it mixed with water. Yes, we need to read like this part, then we can understood the question. What does it mean? Answer, what does it mean? Yes, and it is a mixture of calcium silicate and calcium aluminate. Cement is used for construction of house, building, bridge, road, etc. The raw materials that are used for manufacture of cement: gypsum, gypsum, and clay, limestone. Yes. Now next question. Name the chemical which is increase the setting time of cement. Gypsum increase the setting time of cement. And why is gypsum added to cement? Means it is easier to work within slow setting time. Yes, and cement leads to greater hardening. Now next question. Define the following term. Cement clinker. Cement clinker is a mixture of pea-sized ball which consists calcium silicate and calcium aluminate. Pea-sized ball which consists calcium silicate and calcium aluminate. It is produced by heating a paste of calcium carbonate and water in a rotary kiln. Mortar is a mixture of cement, sand and mortar is a mixture of cement and sand and water which is used for plastering materials and to join to brick, stone, etc. Yes, and concentrate is a mixture of cement, sand, gravel and water which is used for flooring and roofing. Now next list out the raw material used for making glass: silica, sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate. Yes, just remember this. And next question is, what is water glass? Write down each one features and one use. Water glass is a special kind of glass which is produced by heating silica with a sodium carbonate or potassium carbonate at about 800 degrees Celsius and cooling the product. It dissolves in water and its name is water glass. Yes, it is a special kind of glass which is produced by heating silica and sodium carbonate or potassium carbonate at about 800 degrees Celsius and cooling the product. SiO plus Na2CO3 at 100 degrees Celsius is equal to Na2SiO3 plus CO2. That is chemical reaction. Don't make your mind confused. Yes. The raw materials for making water glass is silica, sodium carbonate or potassium carbonate. And which glass is fireproof? Water glass is fireproof. Yes. And why is boric oxide added while preparing ordinary glass? Boric oxide is added while preparing ordinary glass to reduce the effect of increase and decrease in temperature. And raw material for making Pyrex glass are sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, boric oxide. And next question is, what is lead crystal glass? The glass prepared by heating the mixture of silica, potassium carbonate and lead oxide is called lead crystal glass. You need to remember like this. In glass there will be silica, now potassium carbonate, lead oxide. Lead crystal means lead oxide. Yes, and it is also called fluid glasses. This glass is used for making hand lens and prism and electric bulbs, etc. And which chemical is heated with the mixture to increase the refractive index of ordinary glass? Lead monoxide is heated with the mixture to increase the refractive index of ordinary glass. I want to add one additional information. Yes, and that is monoxide means only O and dioxide means O2. Okay, remember this. Now what happens when a light amount of lead monoxide is added before heating the ingredients of ordinary glass? Lead crystal or lead silicate is formed when a little amount of lead oxide is added before heating the ingredients of ordinary glass. It increases the refractive index of glass. Next question. Copper oxide is used for preparing red glass, and cobalt oxide is used to make blue glass. Yes. And next, which is the compound added to make black glass? Nickel oxide is added to make black glass. Yes. And next soft glass means soft glass is produced by heating sodium carbonate and calcium carbonate with silica. Hard glass is obtained by heating potassium carbonate and calcium carbonate with silica. Now it is used for making soft glass used for making window panes, mirrors. Hard glass used for making heat resistance equipment. Yes. And next question, which type of fiber are orlan or silk? Orlan is synthetic artificial fiber, whereas silk is natural fiber. Yes. And Polymer is very big molecule formed by the combination of monomers. And next question. Wow, why are ceramic materials brought into use? Ceramic are used because of ceramic can withstand high temperature, poor conductor of heat and electricity, its resistance to action of chemical reaction, it is harder and brittle. Yes, write down the main usage of ceramic. Yes, it is used for making cups, bowls. Yes, and it is used for making bathroom tiles, sink, roof tiles, bricks, and it is used for making insulator in electric appliances. And what is kaolin? Kaolin. Pure white soil is called kaolin. 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 Pure white soil is called kaolin. It is used for making cups, plates, and next is plastics. Yes, plastics are artificial materials made by the polymerization, polymerization of carbon containing monomers. Artificial materials made by polymerization of carbon containing monomers. Yes, and it is what call more used because it is lighter and can be changed into any desirable shape. It is cheap, durable, it does not rot or corrode, it is bad conductor of heat and electricity. Now, difference between thermosetting and thermoplastic. Thermosetting plastic cannot be changed into various shape and size by heating. Thermoplastic or polythene can be changed into various shape and by heating. Thermosetting plastic becomes much harder but does not melt when heated. Thermoplastic melts when heated and becomes solid if cooled. Now, what type of plastic are bakelite and PVC? Polyvinyl chloride. Bakelite is the thermosetting plastic because it does not melt on heating. PVC, polyvinyl chloride, is thermoplastic because it melts on heating. And why is PVC called a thermoplastic? It means it melts on heating, so it is called thermoplastic. Yes, how it different from bakelite means PVC can be changed into various shape by heating, but bakelite cannot be changed into various shape by heating because bakelite does not melt on heating. Why is bakelite called thermosetting? Bakelite does not melt on heating and cannot be remolded, so it is called thermosetting plastic. And give reason for using bakelite or thermosetting plastic to cover the handle of pressure. Bakelite or thermosetting plastic is heat resistant and not conducting materials. It does not change its shape on heating. It hardens more on heating instead of melting. So thermosetting plastic is used to cover the handle of pressure cooker. Why? It hardens more on heating instead of melting. Yes, it does not change its shape on heating, so it is used. Now next, electric switch and handles of pressure cooker are made of bakelite. Why? Bakelite is a bad conductor of electricity, so it is used for making electric switch. Similarly, bakelite does not melt on heating and is bad conductor of heat, so it is used for covering handle of pressure cooker. Food usage of plastic are used for making bags, ropes, buckets, web, pipes, water tank, and for making electric switch plugs, and for covering handle of cooking materials like pressure cooker. And what is soap? A soap is defined as the sodium salt of higher fatty acid which has cleaning properties in water. Sodium in water, you can just tell this much. Soap is a sodium salt of higher fatty acid which has cleaning properties in water. And the process of making soap by hydrolysis of fats and oils with alkalis is called soapinification. Raw materials used for making soap: sodium hydroxide, animal fat or vegetable fat. Detergent: synthetic petrochemical obtained from hydrocarbon which is more soluble than soap. Synthetic petrochemical obtained from hydrocarbon, which is more soluble than soap, is called detergent. It is more soluble and useful than soap. Sodium lauryl sulfate, alkyl benzene sulfate, sodium pyrophosphate, etc. Soap means soap is sodium or potassium salt of fatty acid. Detergent is the synthetic petrochemical obtained from hydrocarbon. Soap is not suitable for washing purpose when water is hard. Detergent can be used for washing even when water is hard. Soap has relative weak cleaning action. Detergent has strong cleaning action. Soap are biodegradable. Some of detergent are non-biodegradable. Next is synthetic detergent are better than soap. Yes, synthetic detergent are better than soap because synthetic detergent can be used even hard water, whereas soap are not suitable for washing clothes with hard water. Yes, synthetic detergent have a stronger cleaning action than that of soap. Synthetic detergent are more soluble in water than soap, and water used to wash clothes with detergent is not useful for plants. Why? Because it contains the harmful chemical which may destroy the plant, so it is not it is not useful for plants. Yes, and now what is the full form of DDT? Dichlorodiphenyl trichloronate chloriothane chloriothane dichlorodiphenyl trichloriothane DICHLORODIPHENYL dichlorodiphenyl trichlorothane. Yes, and next is full form of DDT. Yes, that tell. And write the names of insecticide, one containing chlorine and other containing phosphorus. The insecticide containing chlorine is DDT, and the insecticide containing phosphorus is malathion. And Baygon is a carbamate insecticide which contain AMINO group. Yes, and all insecticides are poisonous. They are poisonous. They not only kill the harmful insect but also kill useful insect and other targeted animals. If insecticides are not kept carefully, they may causes is loss. Yes, of and so that the use of insecticide is an interest but not an obligation. Is not an interest but an obligation. Now next is write any two function of organic fertilizer. They make fruit vegetables most tasty, nutritious, healthy. They provide all the nutrients required for the vegetables. Yes, NPK fertilizers means fertilizer containing nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. And nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium are three basic primary nutrients for plants. So NPK fertilizer is called complete fertilizer. Yes, and what are the nitrogenous fertilizer? The fertilizers containing nitrogen are called nitrogenous fertilizer. Nitrogen are essential for plants for rapid growth, to increase protein, for more crop yield. Yes, for synthesis of more chlorophyll. And some fertilizer rich in nitrogen are urea, ammonia nitrate, ammonia sulfate. And next is ammonia nitrate is a nitrogenous fertilizers. Two symptoms of deficiency of nitrogenous fertilizer is leaves become yellow, fruits and seed becomes small. And chemical rich in phosphorus, ammonium phosphate, calcium phosphate, super phosphate. And chemical fertilizers containing potassium fertilizer. Potassium is necessary for making roots and shoots strong and healthy growth of flowers, increase in resistance against diseases. Yes, and name some chemicals fertilizers rich in potassium: potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, potassium nitrate, potassium carbonate. And the two chemicals which provide potassium to plant: potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate. And which type of chemical fertilizers increase disease resistance capacity of plant? Phosphorus and potassium fertilizer increase the disease resistance capacity of plants. Yes, one example of such fertilizer is ammonium phosphate. Organic fertilizer is better than chemical fertilizer. Organic fertilizer provides all necessary elements to plants, and plants products produced by the organic fertilizers are tasty, nutritious and healthy. But plants products produced by using chemical fertilizer affect our health. Organic fertilizer do not causes chemical pollution, but chemical fertilizers causes chemical pollution. What effect on plants will be caused by the deficiency of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium? Deficiency of nitrogen in plants retards means lack the growth synthesis of chlorophyll. It also hinders the development of plants body and protein synthesis. Deficiency of phosphorus in plants retards the development of root system. It hinders the protein synthesis, ripening of fruits, and development of seed. And it also decreases the resistivity of plants and disease. Deficiency of potassium results in late malnutrition of plants and flower. It also decreases the disease resistance in plants. Yes, the root and shoot system becomes weak and unhealthy. You know, I have to I have logic, yes, to explain those question answers, yes, and but I have not more time to explain in more detailedly and more clearly. So it's been due to lack of time. I'm not explaining detailedly. Yes, now otherwise I may explain that like that to remember this answer. Yes, how to remember this deficiency of nitrogen. Nitrogen means where we can found. We found in the air. Yes, nitrogen. Nitrogen means air. Yes, and nitrogen. What makes nitrogen means if there is no air, then what happen? The plants will not get proper what called breathing like that. Yes, there will not be chlorophyll like that. We need it hinders the development of plant body. Yes, if there is no air like that. Nitrogen. And deficiency of phosphorus means phosphorus means what? Phosphorus means we found on soil. Yes, soil. And if there is lack of phosphorus, then root system will lack of gas. Phosphorus on soil, there is no phosphorus on soil, then what happens means the root will not get phosphorus, so root will not be developed. Yes, and if root do not develop, then that root cannot absorb water, minerals. Yes, so that lack the develop of fruit. Yes, and plant became weak. Yes, the minerals, with no minerals means there will be low lack of resistance to disease. Yes, like that. And potassium means by thinking that, I hope you have said that, oh, potassium. Yes, I remember like this. Yes, at my school, yes, at my class, yes, potassium means back. Yes, back, ASSS, not ASSS, backside, buttock, potassium, like that. My friends used to talk like that. Yes, whenever short bit in their buttock, yes, they say potassium. Yes, they so like that. Yes, this used to say like that. So I remember this potassium. If there is no potassium, if there is no buttock of plant, yes, if there is lack of buttock in plants, then what happens? Plants buttock means just like they are being more. Yes, if they are small, yes, it means that they are just like bhata. Yes, bhata, very very thin. If they are thin, then they are thin means malnutrition, suffer from malnutrition. Yes, no potassium means malnutrition. If weak, they become weak. Root and shoot system become weak, unhealthy. Yes, like that. Look, it's take 3-5 minutes to explain one question, then how I could provide time for reading all those questions. Yes, like this. So I just read for me serially. Yes, so I am unable to explain detailedly due to lack of time. Yes, I just read serially. Now, difference between organic and chemical inorganic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer are made by decaying plants and waste product of animals. Inorganic fertilizer are made by using different chemicals. Organic fertilizer, they do not cause pollution. Chemical fertilizer causes pollution. What is chemical pollution? The environmental pollution caused by various chemicals like insecticide, pesticide, cleaners, and other industrial chemical is called chemical pollution. Major cause of chemical pollution: the use of insecticide, pesticides, household wastage, and plastic, smoke from vehicles, factories, synthesized cleaner and synthetic cleaner, and coloring materials in food stock. Why are plastic considered as the major cause of chemical pollution? Plastic is considered as the major cause of chemical pollution because plastic is non biodegradable, which remains on the earth's surface for a longer period of time without decomposing. When plastic is thrown everywhere, it causes environmental pollution. When plastic are burnt, they emit poisonous gas, yes, which affect the health of living organisms. Environmentalists request to avoid the use of plastic. Plastic is non-biodegradable substance which remain on the earth's surface for a longer period of time without decomposing. Yes, when plastic is thrown everywhere, it causes pollution, environmental pollution. When plastic are burned, they emit poisonous gas which affect the health of living organisms. So, environmentalists request to avoid the use of plastic. Now, three measures to control chemical pollution are overuse insecticide and chemical fertilizer should be avoided. Household control pollution, chemical pollution. The use of coloring materials in foodstuffs should be avoided. Household wastage and plastic should be disposed properly. Now, excessive use of chemical fertilizers causes pollution. Yes, excessive use of insecticide pollute the environment, and the consumption of fruits and vegetables produced by using insecticides affect our health. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer causes water pollution, and consumption of fruits and vegetables by using chemical fertilizers affects our health. And yes, and now how many question main? Oh, 20 question main. Yes. What is concentrate? Concentrate is a mixture of cement, sand, concentrate. Concrete is a mixture of cement, sand, gravel, and water, which is used for flooring and roofing. Right, one special property of water glass: it dissolves in water. Silica glass. The crystalline glass which is prepared by heating silica is called silica glass. Yes, name the example of thermosetting plastic. Melamine and bakelite. And what are the raw materials used to make bakelite? The raw materials used for making bakelite are carbolic acid and formaldehyde and glazing. In order to make ceramic materials attractive, shiny, non-porous, and smooth, glaze color polish are applied to them. This process is called glazing. Yes, and sponification is the process of making soap by heating oil or animal fat with alkali. Is called sponification. Thermoplastic means can be changed into various shape and size by heating. Thermosetting plastic means cannot be changed into various shape by heating. Thermoplastic melt when heated, becomes solid if cool. Thermosetting means plastic harder but not melt when heated. Yes, and why is thermosetting plastic used to make plastic a pressure cooker? Thermosetting plastic is heat resistant and non-conducting materials. Yes, it does not change in shape and size on heating. It harnesses more, yes, on heating instead of melting. So thermosetting plastic is used to pressure cooker, handle of pressure cooker. Soap is a sodium or potassium salt of fatty acid. Detergent is a synthetic petrochemical obtained from hydrocarbon. Soap is not suitable for washing purpose when used in hot water. Detergent can be used for washing even when wash hard. Yes, two reason that composite fertilizer is better than chemical fertilizer. Yes, composite fertilizer provides all nutrients elements to yes, and composite fertilizer does not causes chemical pollution. And detergent is more useful than soap. Detergent have stronger cleaning action that of soap. Yes, and detergents can be used even with hard water. Now, chemical reason for chemical pollution: more use of insecticide, smoke from vehicles. Yes, excessive use of chemical fertilizers causes chemical pollution. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer increase insecticide pollutes the environment, and the consumption of fruits vegetables produced by insecticides affect our health. Similarly, excessive use of chemical fertilizer causes water pollution, and consumption of fruits and vegetables by using chemical fertilizer affect our health. In excessive use of chemical fertilizer causes chemical pollution. Ordinary glass made. Ordinary glass is made by heating silica with sodium carbonate and calcium carbonate and cooling the product. It is used for making window, bottles, light, pipe, lens, prisms. Yes. Why is glass called the fourth state of matter? Through glass appears solid, its molecules flow downward very slowly like in liquid. Therefore, glass is called fourth state. Through though glass appears solid, its molecules float downward when slowly like in very slowly like in liquid. Therefore, glass is fourth state of matter, super cool liquid. Yes, for making fireproof materials, for making silica garden. Use of glass. Use of lead crystal means for making lens, prisms, electric bulbs. Use application of ceramics means making rocky cups, bowls. Yes, making bathroom tiles, roof tiles, bricks, insulator in electric appliances. Yes. How can you prepare soap? We can prepare soap by heating animal fat or vegetable oil with sodium hydroxide, stirring the mixture. Yes. Now, how is composite fertilizer made? Composite. What I am telling? Composite. Compost fertilizer. Method of making compost fertilizer. First of all, biodegradable waste like remaining parts of fruits, vegetables, leaves of plants, animals are collected. A pit of 5 meter length, 1.5 meter breadth, and 1.5 meter height is dug. Yes, then animal those wastage are kept in the pit and covered with the layer of soil. Again, wastage are added with the cover with soil. Yes, and the wastage get decayed slowly, and composite fertilizers become ready to use within a 3 to 4 months. High priority is given for composite fertilizer. Any three arguments in favor of statements are composite fertilizers provides all necessary elements to plants. Yes, they produce nutritious, healthy fruits, vegetables, and composite fertilizer do not it causes chemical pollution. Now, we'll begin through the lesson biology. Biology will what call hang mind. Now I will start reading biology, and the first lesson, 14 lesson unit is body braces. And from here, the most important question: how many types of silk moth are rare in Nepal? Silk moth means airy and seri. Airy silkworm and seri silkworm. Yes, and to remember this, it's what called scientific name. Yes, Bombax mori and Alactus ricini. Now you need to I get one logic to remember this, which scientific name exactly is Bombax and Electus ricini. Yes, to remember this, Bombax mori means it start from B, and Alactus ricini it start from letter A, means according to the alphabetical order, which will be first? Alactus will be first, Alactus ricini will be first, and Bombax mori will be in second. Yes, and according to the seri silkworm and airy silkworm, which will be first? Airy will be first. Yes, oh yes. Airy scientific name is Alactus, and seri scientific name is Bombax mori. Are you getting me? You know me. Yes, you know me. Yes. मतलब यसको अब अल्फाबेटिकल अर्डर के जस्तै कि अब सेरी भनेको एस भनेको पछि आउँछ नि त, एरी भन्दा पछि आउँछ सेरी, पहिला ई आउँछ त्यस पछाडि एस आउँछ नि त। हो त्यस्तै ब्याम्ब्याक्स मोरी र बोम्ब्याक्स मोरी र एलाक्टस रिकिनी चाहिँ थाहा हुनु पर्यो। र अब कुनको नाम चाहिँ के हो भनेर थाहा पाउनुको लागि चाहिँ एलाक्टस रिकिनी र बोम्ब्याक्स मोरीमा पहिला कुन आउँछ? एलाक्टस आउँछ नि त। हो अगाडि के आएको थियो? एरीको नाम एलाक्टस रहेछ, सेरीको नाम ब्याम्ब्याक्स मोरी रहेछ। यस, like this logic ला भने त everything is can be get inside mind. Yes, but what to tell, I don't have time. Main thing is about time is very precious. Yes, now completed. only one question came till now. What is this book saying? Yes, what this book is saying, man? Whatever. Now directly I will go through that the main important question. Okay, now write the name of species of seri silkworm cultivated in what called Nepal. Bombax mori, Alactus ricini means airy, A-E. Now Bombax mori means seri. Airy seri you need to know. Bombax mori, Alactus ricini you need to know the name, and according to the alphabetical order, their scientific name and name is similar. Now next is any two-stage life cycle of silkworm are egg, larva. What is cocoon in the life cycle of silkworm? Yes, cocoon is the cover of pupa of silk moth, which is made of silk fiber. Name two types of silkworm cultivated in Nepal, airy and seri. Now silkworm produce silk fiber in larva stage. Useful insect, honeybee, silkworm. Yes, what does seri feed? Mulberry leaves. Now here also mulberry leaves and castor leaves. Yes, according to alphabetical order, here also we can adjust. Yes, airy, what call look, okay, listen, okay, airy. Our airy I will tell in Nepali. Bombax mori, Attacus ricini, seri, airy, cactus र mulberry leaves. यो 6वटा नाम चाहिँ थाहा हुनु पर्यो। अब मलबरी लिप्स केले खान्छ भनेर कसरी थाहा पाउने हैन? अब बम्ब्याक्स मोरीको कुनको नाम हो भनेर कसरी थाहा पाउने भन्दाखेरि, अब सबैलाई अल्फाबेटिकल अर्डरमा क्याटेगोराइज गरिदिने के। सबैभन्दा पहिले अब बम्ब्याक्स मोरी र एटाकस रिकिनीमा के आउँछ? एटाकस रिकिनी आउँछ हैन? हो त्यस्तै अब सेरी र एरीमा पहिला के आउँछ? पहिला एरी आउँछ भनेपछि एटाकस रिकिनी भनेको एरीको नाम रहेछ। अब क्याक्टस र मलबरी लिप्समा पहिला सी आउँछ कि एम आउँछ? पहिला सी आउँछ नि। हो त्यसको मतलब एरीले के फिड गर्दो रहेछ, क्याक्टस फिड गर्दो रहेछ। अब बोम्ब्याक्स मेरी बी रह्यो होइन, एक्टास र बोम्ब्याक्स मोरीमा बी रह्यो, एरी र सेरीमा सेरी रह्यो। यस भनेको बोम्ब्याक्स मोरीको नाम सेरी रहेछ। अनि अब क्याक्टस र मलबरीमा पहिला कुन आउँथ्यो, बोम्ब्याक्स मोरी भनेको सेकेन्डको हो नि त। अगाडि नै त्यो एटाकस रेकिनीले कास्टर लिफ खाइसक्यो भनेपछि अब के अरे मलबरी लिफ सकेको छ नि त सेकेन्डको, एकोर्डिङ टु द अल्फाबेटिकल अर्डर। त्यो बोम्ब्याक्स मोरी, सेरी एन्ड मलबरी लिफ फिड गर्छ है। यसरी थाहा हुनु पऱ्यो, जान्नु पऱ्यो। I hope you know me. Yes. Now write the type of honeybees that are formed from the fertilizer. So the types of honeybees that are formed from the fertilized egg are queen, worker, and drone bees. Yes. Queen and worker and unfertilized egg are drone bees. Yes. Why are the egg of silk moth kept in the cold place? Yes. The egg of silk moth are kept in cold place below 18 degrees Celsius in winter to prevent their hatching into larvae, as mulberry leaves are not available in winter to feed them. Yes. Write a league larva of silkworm on basis of body structure. Yes, its body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. It has pseudo legs and dorsal horn. And which stage of life cycle silkmoth will be affected immediately if mulberry leaves die suddenly? The larva stage in the life cycle of silkmoth will be affected immediately if the mulberry bush died suddenly, because larva of silkmoth is varicose eaters. It needs lots of mulberry leaves and write as their food is, and write any two reasons that silkmoth is useful insect is used the silk fiber which is extracted from the cocoon of silkmoth is durable, light, attractive. It is very important commercial silkmoth prepare for silk fiber to produce from it. Says how can we get silk thread from cocoon? The cocoon of silkmoth are kept in hot water or hot air to kill pupa inside them. It is done to obtain single unbrown silk fiber from the cocoon. Then the thread is extracted from the cocoons in silk industries. Why silkworm is called queen of fiber? The fiber produced by silkworm is shiny, long, attractive, and durable. The silk fiber is the finest among all other. Therefore, silkworm is queen of fiber. Says larva of silkworm it feed on mulberry leaves. Adult silkworm it does not take food. A larva of silkworm produce silk fiber. Adult silkworm it does not produce silk fiber. Yes. And why is honeybee called social insect? It live in colony. There is division of labor in which individual carries out particular duties. And why is honeybee called useful insect? It produces honey and wax. It helps in pollination and increase productivity of crops. Yes. And similarly, next question, drone bee it is a fertile male, worker bee is sterile female. Drone bee fertilize the queen bee, worker bee collect nectar, protect the hive, feed the larva. Nuptial flight occur about 1 week after emergence of the queen. It happens for mating. Nuptial flight. Next, NUPTIL. Identify the given stage. Larva stage, pseudo, pseudo leg, and spherical impotence of this stage. Produce silk fiber. Pupa stage comes after this stage. Now, next is there are egg in cell A, B, C. The drone cell A consists of unfertilized egg, and the cell B and C consists fertilized egg. Yes, and then this egg hatch into larva. Then they are fed on the protein-rich milky secretion called royal jelly for first 3 weeks. Yes, after 3 days, the larva of drone bee is fed on the mixture of dilute nectar and pollen. After 6 days of larva period and 14.5 days of pupal period, drone bee develop into a cell. In order to produce queen bee, the larva of a cell bee is filled royal jelly throughout the larval period of 5.5 days, and after 7.5 days pupal period, queen bee is produced in the cell B. The larva in the cell C is feed royal jelly for 3 days. After this, the larva is fed on a mixture of dilute nectar pollen. After 12 days of pupal period, worker bee develops into the cell C. This much for this lesson. Now we'll begin through the unit 15, that is human nervous and glandular system. And from here, first question is draw a neat and level structure of neurons. Yes, remember this, neurons. And next is name any three members that surround the brain and the spinal cord. The three membranes that surround brain and spinal cord are durameter, pyometer, and anachonid. Anachonid. And what is cerebrospinal fluid? Cerebrospinal fluid is the fluid present between layer of meninges. Cerebrospinal fluid is found between parameter and araconid. Its function is it cover the brain and spinal cord. It protect brain spinal cord from external injury. And next is cranial nerves. Cranial nerves arises from the brain. Spinal nerves, spinal भनेको के हाम्रो ढाड हो नि त. Yes, it spinal rises from the spinal cord. And there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Yes, cerebrum, it is the largest part of brain. Cerebellum, it is the second largest part of brain. अब हजुरहरूलाई एउटा के 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 भन्न चाहे, अब यो हाम्रो यो जुन अगाडिको यो खोपडी छ नि, यो अगाडिको यस खोपडी यो अगाडिको वाट कल इट्स सिम्स लाइक फोरहेडदेखिको ठ्याक्क हो त्यो पार्टलाई चाहिँ हामी सेरिब्रम भन्छौँ है. सेरिब्रम इट इज द लार्जेस्ट पार्ट. त्यसैले यो लार्जेस्ट पार्ट छ. अब यो पछाडिको छ नि, यो कान र दुईवटा कानको बिचमा भएको, त्यसलाई हजुरहरूले मानिदिनुहोस्. त्यसलाई के मानिदिनुहोस् भन्दाखेरि सेरिबेलम भनेको त्यो सानो देखिन्छ नि त. यस, त्यसलाई सानो देखिन्छ. सो त्यसलाई के गर त्यही मानिदिनु अरे सेरिबेलम इज द सेकेन्ड लार्जेस्ट पार्ट. अनि अर्को भने ब्रेनमा 3 पार्ट हुन्छ नि त, सेरिब्रम, सेरिबेलम अनि मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा. मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा भनेको चाहिँ पछाडिको सम्झिनुहोस्, वाट कल यस घिच्चुक सम्झिनुहोस्. जे आफूले बुझ्नुको लागि हो. यस, मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा भनेको घिच्चुक सम्झिनुहोस्. यस, एन्ड नाउ अब सेरिबेलमले के काम गर्छ भन्दाखेरि सेरिबेलम भनेको यो माथिको यो अगाडिको निधारदेखि माथिको हो नि त. अब यहाँनिर गिदी हुन्छ है. गिदी भएपछि अब हाम्रो के हुन्छ, इमोसन, स्पिच होइन, सब थोक यसले कन्ट्रोल गर्ने गर्छ. अब सेरिबेलम भनेको चाहिँ पछाडिको यो कान र उको दुईवटा बिचको पार्ट भनेको. अब यसले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि बडी मुभमेन्ट, यस, यताउता हल्लिने सिधा पार्छ बडीलाई होइन, स्टेडी कोअर्डिनेटेड हुन्छ. अब अरू आइहाल्छ. यस, फङ्सन अफ सेरिब्रम, यस त्यही भइहाल्यो. थिङ्किङ, लर्निङ अनि फिलिङ कन्ट्रोल गर्छ होइन, इमोसन्सहरू, स्पिचहरू, अब्जर्भ एभ्रिथिङ्स विथ द हेल्प अफ सेन्स अर्गन, अल बिकज अफ दिस सेरिब्रम. एन्ड बुझिहाल्नु भयो. एन्ड वाट ह्यापन्स वेन सेरिब्रम स्टप वर्किङ देन के हुन्छ, मान्छेको दिमागले काम गर्न थाल्यो भने पागल हुन्छ कि कोमामा जान्छ नि. यस, द्याट्स इट. अकुपाइज 80% अफ ब्रेन है. अनि अर्को भनेको स्ट्रक्चर मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा मैले भने नि त, लोवर मास पार्ट अफ अ ब्रेन. यस, इट इज लोकेटेड बिट्विन पोन्स भ्यारोली एन्ड द अप्पर इन्ड अफ स्पाइनल कोड. यो घिच्चुकको त पछाडिको हड्डी सम्झिँदा हुन्छ. यस, एन्ड इट कन्टेन्ट भाइटल रिफ्लेक्स सेन्टर्स लाइक कार्डिक सेन्टर एन्ड सेन्टर्स अफ कफिङ, स्नुजिङ, सालोइङ, भोमिटिङ. यस, एन्ड यसको फङ्सन अब हेर्नुहोस् है, मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा भनेको चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन है. रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन, ब्रेथिङ, ब्लड प्रेसर, हार्ट बिट. यस, एन्ड इट control the expansion and contraction of blood vessel and secretion of hormones, enzymes and causing sneezing, swallowing, vomiting. यो सब हाम्रो मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटाबाट काम हुन्छ है. अनि अर्को भनेको ड्यामेज टु मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा कजेस इन्स्ट्यान्ट डेथ. यो भइहाल्यो. अनि अर्को भनेको स्पाइनल कोड इज द लङ सिलिन्ड्रिकल स्ट्रक्चर द्याट राइजेस फ्रम द मेडुला ओब्लङ्गटा एन्ड पासेस थ्रु द न्युट्रल कर्नियल. मेडुला ओब्लङ्गबाट राइजेस भएर पासेस थ्रु द न्युरल क्यानल अफ भर्टिबल कोलम. And function of spinal cord is control reflex action. Spinal cord connect a large part of peripheral nervous system to the brain. Next is which part of nervous system conducts reflex action? Spinal cord conducts reflex action. Ganglion. Yes, a ganglion is the group of nerve tissue near the spinal cord which is made by gray matter. Ganglion भन्ने बित्तिकै gray matter. Yes, it is the group of nerve tissue near the spinal cord made by gray matter. And function, it communicates with the spinal cord and the brain. And what is reflex action? Yes, reflex action mechanical and automatic response to the stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of brain. Yes, mechanical and automatic response to the stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of brain. Again, a mechanical and automatic response to the stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of brain is called reflex action. Yes, example like blinking of eyes when a hen goes near there, and just like touching, after touching hot plate, you instantly frequently take out the hand. Yes, just like that. How many spinal nerves are present in human body? Human 31 pairs of spinal nerves are present. Yes, and first what called muscle will receive, yes, muscle receptors, yes, muscles, and will receive that something, yes, information impulses, and that will be sent to the spinal cord. Yes, and spinal cord will सेन्सरी नर्भमा हुन्छ, अनि सेन्सरी नर्भबाट के हुन्छ, स्पाइनल कोडमा जान्छ, स्पाइनल कोडबाट मोटर स्पाइनल नोड कोड र इफेक्टरको बिचमा के हुन्छ, इफेक्टरको बिचमा मोटर न्युरोन हुन्छ, मोटर न्युरोनले इफेक्टरमा पुऱ्याइदिन्छ, अनि त्यस पछाडि रिमुभल अफ ह्यान्ड, जस्ट लाइक द्याट वेन वी टच हट आइरन रड वी रिमुभ आवर ह्यान्ड इमिडिएटली. हाउ डज दिस प्रोसेस अकर इन आवर बडी? वेन वी टच अ हट आइरन रड द सेन्सरी सेल्स प्रेजेन्ट इन स्किन गेट स्टिमुलेटेड and generate electric signal. Those signals are carried to the spinal cord through sensory neuron. The spinal cord processes the signal received and passes message the effector through motor nerves. After getting the message, effector react and person withdraw the hand immediately. Glandular system. Glandular system. Yes, what is endocrine gland? Endocrine glands means the system formed by group of endocrine glands is called endocrine system. Endocrine system. And what are hormones? Hormones are the chemical messenger which control, coordinate, and interrogate the function of various organs of the body. Chemical messenger which control, coordinate, interrogate the function of various organs of the body. And explain differentiate between the endocrine glands and exocrine glands. Yes, endocrine glands do not contain duct, exocrine glands contain duct. And endocrine glands discharge their secretion directly into the blood stream, and exocrine glands they discharge their secretion through the ducts. Yes, just like exo means what called bahira aune. We have read in that exothermic reaction what. Yes, this means that we can see, just like example like what called sweat is exocrine glands. Why? Because it produce duct, yes, produce product, yes, so that we see it exocrine gland, but endocrine gland directly mixed with blood stream, so we cannot see. You just remember this now. Another is endocrine glands are very important, even they are small inside. Endocrine gland, yes, small inside, yes. The under secretion and over secretion of hormones are produced by these glands directly affect the growth and development of body. Any disturbance in the under secretion and over secretion of hormones produced by these glands directly affect the growth and development of the body. Any disturbance in the body function of these glands resulted in dwarfism, gigantism, obesity, sterility, etc. Yes, write down the shape, size, and location of pituitary glands. Pituitary gland is a small, yes, and oval gland, size in P. Yes, it is located just below the midbrain. And hormones secreted, yes, hormones secreted are growth hormones, and major function means these hormones control the overall growth of muscles, bones, yes. And catalytic hormones means these hormones stimulate the activities of endocrine glands, yes. And next, what disorder are caused due to the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of growth hormone? Yes, the hyposecretion of hypo means lack, yes, of growth hormones in childhood causes dwarfism, whereas the hypersecretion causes gigantism. Yes, the hypersecretion of growth hormones in adults lead to the overgrowth of jaw, bones, yes, and bowing of backbone. This condition is called aromelalgia. And where is thyroid gland located in human body? Thyroid gland is located in the neck region in front of the trachea, just below the larynx. And tyrosine, it produces tyrosine. Yes, tyrosine, it stimulates the rate of cellular oxidation and metabolism. It regulates the activities of nervous system. And calcitonin, its function is to these hormones regulate the level of calcium and phosphate in blood. It facilitates the calcium absorption and release by bones. And Hyposecretion of thyroxine causes disorder. Goitre. Hyposecretion of thyroxine lack iodine in diet causes goitre. And hypersecretion of thyroxine may affect nervous system disorder, digestion system, short breathing rate, mental imbalance, and weight excessive excitement, rapid heartbeat, etc. And name the hormone secreted by parathyroid gland. Write its function. Parathyroid gland secretes the parathormone hormone. Says it controls the exchange of calcium between blood and bones, increase the level of calcium in the blood. And which hormones balance the level of calcium in bone? Parathormone hormone or calcitonin balance the level of calcium in the bone. If there is lack, then it may causes the painful jerk of voluntary muscle. And what happens to the deficiency of adrenaline? The deficiency of adrenaline causes weakness, low blood pressure, nausea, unconsciousness, and the sugar content in the blood. Yes, and right, the hormone and the gland controlled by blood sugar. The hormone that control blood sugar level is insulin, and the gland that secretes insulin is pancreas. And hormones are called chemical messenger. Hormones are the chemical carried to all parts of body through blood circulation to bring the harmonious working of the body. So hormones are called chemical messenger. And pituitary gland is called master gland. Why? Pituitary gland control and stimulates many activities of the body and the secretion and other endocrine glands. So it is called master gland. And pancreas is called a mixed gland. Pancreas has endocrine part to produce hormones and exocrine part to produce enzymes. So pancreas is called mixed gland. And in which part of the body the thyroid gland is produced? Thyroxine. Yes, thyroid gland is located in the neck region, yes, in front of trachea, just below the larynx. And thyroxine, it produces thyroxines. It regulates growth and development of body, ossification of bones, and mental development. The right and full effect of hyposecretion of insulin: high level of sugar content in blood, thirst and hunger, appearance of sugar in urine, delay in wound healing. And right one function of is thyroxine, insulin, and progesterone. Thyroxine means it regulates growth development of body. Insulin means it control amount of sugar level in the blood. Yes, and function of progesterone, it plays important roles in ovulation and maintenance of pregnancy. And which hormone is responsible for balance of calcium level? Yes, calcitonin balance the calcium level. Insulin maintain the level of sugar in blood. Animal can respond quickly to stimulus, but plants cannot. Animals use both nervous system and endocrine system, yes, so they can respond quickly to stimulus, but nervous system is absent in plants and they use only endocrine glands for coordination. Therefore plants cannot respond quickly to stimulus. Write down one function of cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid protect the brain and spinal cord from mechanical shock. Cerebrospinal fluid is found in the space between anechoid and pyometer. Yes, the two parts of central system are spinal and brain. Cerebrospinal fluid is the fluid present between layer of the main engage. What is the function of cerebrospinal fluid? The function of cerebrospinal fluid is to protect the brain and spinal cord from the external injury. Example of exocrine glands: salivary glands, gastric glands. Right to function of medulla oblongata. Two function of medulla oblongata are: medulla oblongata control reflex action, breathing, blood pressure, and heartbeat. It's at the regulating center of causing coughing, sneezing, swallowing, vomiting, etc. What is hormone? Hormone is the chemical messenger which control, coordinates, and integrates the function of various organs of the body. Hormones produced by pituitary gland are growth hormones, catalytic